Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all the latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech, answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, we don't have too much news today, to be quite honest. It's been a slow tech week. In terms of new things coming out, there isn't too much on the horizon after we talked about the MacBooks a couple weeks ago. So yeah, let's just kind of go over what new things there are going to be to talk about, and then also some new products that are going to be coming to the channel that I am really excited about. So let's get started. So the first bit of news is going to be that it's basically Samsung is reporting that they are going to partner with AMD to bring AMD's FSR to, Samsung's gonna partner with AMD to bring AMD's FSR to mobile. Now this is really important because essentially what this does, and you can kind of see an example here, but FSR is Fidelity Super Resolution. And the whole idea behind it is to smoothen out and make pixels seem better when the current hardware can't. Now, the reason why this is so important is because it is used by a lot of gaming consoles, and it will be used even more so, more than likely, with newer products as mobile goes on. Because the idea behind it is that if your processor can't do it, say play a console level game, well, this one would help it push to it so it looks very similar, especially on such a small display. So this is really something that I'm excited about because it could help us get more console-like gaming onto mobile by just having this on board. And AMD has been partnering with Samsung over the past, I want to say, 2 years for graphics. 2024 will be the third year, and they're finally bringing this feature to it, which is something that, again, has been on PCs for the longest time, and that also AMD has had available for brands like Xbox and PlayStation as well on there. So it's really experienced in the console and PC realm, but now we're going to start to get in mobile. So this is actually it could be huge depending on how it's implemented, but that's what we're going to have to wait to see, is how it's going to be implemented and how it's really going to kind of stand out from it. This is actually, just to give you an idea, what's going to make the next Nintendo Switch so different is NVIDIA's version of this, which is DLSS. And DLSS is actually superior, I will say, in terms of it. But it's really just going to be very telling to see how well this does with everything for us to basically get better and better graphics as we can in the mobile industry. And this is honestly a big step forward. It's, similar to something Apple touted, having ray tracing on there. Ray tracing is one thing that, we've had on mobile for a little while, but this is the next level of it, where you're essentially not only getting, reflections in puddles and a light being reflected in multiple angles and multiple ways, but you're actually getting the existing picture you have to be better. This could also be huge for emulation as well. If for those of you who play emulated video games on Android, this is actually can be a really improvement dramatically, to be honest. So we'll have to wait and see. Alright, this next one is a little bit of annoying to me, just because I got excited for this in a second, and then it turned out it really just looks for the most part the same. So we've had Samsung have Game Launcher on their phones for many years. They're going to be changing the name of it, so instead of Game Launcher, it will be Game Hub. My inkling is because that's what they call it on TVs. They call it Game Hub. So it's going to get a rebranding. It's going to be called Game Hub, but it's not that much of a difference. I honestly can't stand this app anymore. Because before it used to just be all my games and that was it. But they've really turned it into an advertisement thing that honestly just gets on my nerves. You have to have all of these different things, and your games really are put to the bottom, and you can't even expand it to full screen like you used to. They have progressively made this app worse, And I used to always recommend it and turn it on for everyone, but honestly, I don't know if I would keep using it at this point. I don't think I'll use it on the S24 anymore. On the S23, it's already set up and everything, so I might keep it. And as I move to the OnePlus Open, that might be a whole other thing. But yeah, I just want, I mean, for an example of what OnePlus gives you, which is, right, if I hit the game hub button on theirs, it just gives me all my games. That's all I want, Samsung. I don't need all of, and yes, it does, you can make this, obviously, make your games better by having it do certain things like, oh, okay, you know, do not disturb when you're gaming, switch to high performance when gaming, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff is great, but, like, I don't need it at the expense of advertisement. And that's one thing I've really not liked about Samsung smartphones, having that, just because, man, it's taken over the whole thing, and it's really not worth it to have that anymore. Alright, this one I definitely will say I saw coming for a long time. Google Assistant had a lot of different kinds of lists, shopping lists, and notes over the years, and they were kind of their own section within the Google Assistant app. And then sometimes you could only get through it to a certain way. So they got rid of the old shopping list and made it into a new Google Assistant list and tasks. But it looks like that will eventually be going away, and it's just all going to go into Google Keep, which should have been from the very beginning. That's what we should have had on there, to be honest. Because why would we have anything else? I don't know. Like, I do not know whose thought process it was, like, oh, well, we'll do it this way instead. And it's like, no, like, why would you do that? Just make it exactly, you know, the way it is, and you're going to have a much better experience just having everything on Google Keep. So it does look like Google Keep will eventually have that, and they're going to be moving towards it. I think this is actually a good thing that Google's changing. I know Google kills a lot of products, and that's often the worst part, but it looks like this one will actually be good, changing to this way. That way, all of your lists, all of your notes, everything that you know, all of that kind of stuff is just in Google Keep, and all of your notes will be there, and that's just, I think, so much better. This one I thought was interesting, and I'm curious on any of you guys, if you guys have experienced this lately. So Google did implement a crackdown, basically saying that, you know, if you have ad blockers, you may not be able to watch YouTube anymore. And apparently we have been seeing a lot of ad blockers being uninstalled. More than 5,000, up to 5,000 per day now on average, being installed from the same time as before. So it's actually over 11,000 total per day. And, you know, people uninstall and install apps, but a lot of the ad blockers are saying, like, we're losing money now because of Google doing this. So it is a sucky thing. For me, I will say that, you know, I've had YouTube Premium forever, so I have not seen any kind of pop-up on my computer, though I have an ad blocker on there, and I'm guessing because the two cancel out. But I'm very curious if any of you have been experiencing this. Have any of you, you know, had the pop-up from YouTube saying, hey, you need to pay for YouTube or remove your ad blocker? Because that is what's rolling out. It's what's happening. So I'm very curious on any of you if you had this issue happen to you already, and if so, what did you do? Alright, in the last bit of news, it's a new monitor, but it's an important upgrade. So this is like the top of the line monitor in the industry right now, the Odyssey Arc. Fun fact, I may be getting it as my work monitor, just because we've had one at the studio for a long time. Not in my studio, my work studio. And no one's been using it. So I'm like, can I just have that as my office monitor? It's a ridiculous 55-inch monitor that no one would need as a monitor, but this guy would want one just because. Why not? By the way, I have a 48-inch monitor right here, OLED display, in front of me, so it's not too much of a stretch for me to take that on. But the big issue that this first generation monitor had was one thing that I would say a lot of people were disappointed in, and that is that you could not display 4 different HDMIs on there, which has now been rectified. So basically what you could do before is you could display one HDMI, and then you could play like Xbox Game Pass or YouTube apps basically that were on there, as well as even mirror your phone to it. You could do all of those things. Now, I think this is the first TV/monitor out there, like period, that can do this. It can display 4 different inputs simultaneously via HDMI and DisplayPort. I don't think there's any other product that can do that simultaneously from HDMI inputs. There is a lot of TVs out there that can do it, again, from multiple sources, such as an app that's built into the monitor or the TV, and across the board. But this is the first ever product, I believe, that you can play literally 3 different HDMI and 1 DisplayPort input across the board on here. That is pretty cool. I'm pretty I don't need a new monitor. But you catch this one having a great sale next year, and me have extra income, like $1,000 extra, throw it at it. Now, by the way, I mean, this monitor is like insanely expensive. It's like $3,000 normal price. Like, it's not worth it, normally, I would say, for most people. But it does go on sale often for like $1,000 off to $1,500 off with like student discounts and stuff like that. So it's not out of the realm to be like, more doable, especially with Samsung's like financing. Like, okay, I might need to pay $150 a month for the year, and then I have it, right? I can do it in payments. That might be an option that's more realistic for myself or other people. But this is one that I just thought was really cool, just because it's a first of its kind that can do this. So pretty excited to see that. Top of line, obviously, the 4K. Mini LED, extremely bright. But the big thing is that it has 4 different inputs. Yeah, so 4K, 55-inch, HDR10 plus, mini LED, 165 hertz refresh rate with 4K. That's insane. So yeah, it's just top of line thing. It has this really cool dial too, which I really like, just because you can rotate it, and yes, you can swivel it this way, so you have a 55-inch vertical display as well. So yeah, lots of fun, but the big thing for me is that you can finally do 4 different inputs. This would be insane too for like a streamer, because you could legit have your PC, on half of yours, and then your game on the other half. Or you can even make your PC the smaller part of it, and then your game the bigger part of it. It really has a lot of implementations. Even if you put it vertically, you could have, vertically I would say is a really cool concept, because you could have your PC, a chat, and on the third one, your actual game, and, be using it perfectly. So it can do up to 4 apps when horizontal and up to 3 when vertical. So really cool concept that is getting better. It's just a little, nice to know. I mean, again, I don't think it's affordable for hardly anyone, but I think it's cool that we're getting these kind of features more and more moving into the future. To get this in a monitor that maybe one day maybe $500, $300, in 2 or 3 years would be a really cool feature to have. Alright guys, now let's get to your questions. If you have a question... Oh, I like how your new mic said. It's actually the same mic, I just turned it up last week, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay, and hopefully it's not too bad or anything like that, but yeah, I did turn it up. Alright. Let's get to all of your questions. How you doing, Ricky? I'm doing pretty good. Trying to get some sleep tonight. Going to be at Universal Studios Hollywood again tomorrow, so definitely going to get some sleep tonight, because I think we're waking up like at 5 a.m. to beat traffic, and it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one. Well, I'll see how it goes. I remember. Okay, you do not remember that. First of all, you do not remember Rickey because I've never been Rickey, the Android guy. I was Ricky, the Android guy. But yeah, Modo, thank you for being here that long. But yes, it is funny. I have coworkers that literally take offense when someone misspells my name because I spell it all the time. Literally in every video I do and every, piece of material there is out of me in the world, it's hello, this is Ricky, the YouTube tech guy. I spell my name out every day, so it's just I always have a funny. I find it funny that when people spell it, and it's because Ricky spelled. For those of you who don't know, there's 3 different ways to spell Ricky. Ricky is the most common one, but Ricki is mostly women have that one, and then Rickey has been, I've seen it here and there at times, but I think it does get more popular and everything, so, I don't know what's the dominant one anymore, but Ricky was the predominant one for a long time, at least, for most, so yeah. Can't wait till the S24 Ultra, ready to upgrade my S22 Ultra. Hey, I have the S23 Ultra. It's still my daily driver. I'm about to switch to the OnePlus Open, so that's really cool. And the one thing I will say about this foldable, that as a foldable, it is shocking how light this is. It is extremely light. It feels lighter than my S23 Ultra. So it really is extremely light. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I have given up, unfortunately, on Nova Launcher being good on foldables. At least as of right now, it doesn't look like it. It lags too much. I had the same issue with the Pixel Fold, but this time I can't blame the processor because, it can't be the processor, right? So I am, trying the OnePlus thing. I had to manually create a home screen for the first time in a long time, which is why I've always used Nova Launcher, because if you're not going Samsung to Samsung, you have to recreate your home screen. Your home screens don't transfer over, unfortunately. There's talk about that happening on Android 14. We'll wait and see. But yeah, for me, I'm very curious to see what the S24 Ultra will bring. Hopefully it'll bring some better upgrades. I will say the ultra wide on the Pixel 8 Pro has been really good. I know I owe you guys some videos for that too. I literally have 3 videos that are stuck in editing right now just because I haven't had the time to edit. And yeah, I do a lot in my day job. I'm literally presenting to CEOs and COOs, so it's a whole thing for me on that side that I really wish I could focus more on my YouTube stuff. But that's why I love talking to you guys every week so much, just because it's just kind of like where you get to see me, what I'm going through, what I'm doing, and I'm still working on everything, and I'm really some exciting stuff. Like, I have 2 pieces of tech in my house right now that I am so excited for. Like, super excited for. One of them is the most innovative thing I've seen all year. By far. Like, by far. So, and videos will be coming out on these things soon. That one I don't have with me in this room right now because it's bigger. But that one will be coming. Like, there's just... It's really cool when I see tech that is like, okay, this is an evolution. This is something that could legit help and improve the way I daily operate. And 2 things really kind of have shown me that, or sorry, one thing has shown me that, and another thing is just so much tech fun that it makes me feel like when foldables were first coming out, when tablets are really coming out, like all these different things. Like, innovation is so rare nowadays that when it happens, it's a really cool experience. Alright, sound is a little off. Sounds like it's something not plugged in correctly. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Is the sound, hold on. Someone was saying that they liked the sound earlier, and now someone's saying that the sound is off. Let me make sure. Oh man. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, guys. Guys, I'm so sorry. It looks like the mic wasn't on the right mic, and oh, I'm so sorry. Hopefully the sound is fine now. I don't know if the sound was on my computer microphone or what mic it was on. Much better now. Hey, Ricky, it's so noisy and weird. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. All right, can everyone hear me now? Is it okay now? Much clearer? Oh, man. Let's. Too quiet now was great before. Um, I can't. Let's see. I don't know which mic it was on before. Now it's on the mic that's right in front of me, so I'll try to talk a little bit louder. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's a bit quieter, but much clearer. Got it. I don't know. I don't know which one it was on before. One thing I can do is try to turn up the gain a little bit, and hopefully that's a little bit better, guys. If I said low before, it's okay now. I turned up the volume. It's fine. You sound quieter. No housing. Turn it up. Sounds great. Okay. All right. So hopefully it sounds better now, guys. I am so sorry for that. I'm not sure if I should run back the whole episode. Um, Let me know in the comments right now. Do you want me to run back? Do you want me to run back the episode? Let me know in the comments right now. I could start from the top of the news and just kind of go quicker a little bit if you guys couldn't really hear before. That really sucks. Let me know in the comment section. Did you hear the articles or was it not clear at all? I can run those back and obviously I can answer any questions you guys have. Let me know in the comments right now. I'm going to go through the questions that were asked earlier. Um, I'm waiting on the S25 Ultra. S24 or Fold 5. I can say very confidently S24. I wouldn't get the Fold 5. I really wouldn't. That's just my opinion, but yeah, definitely would get the S24 over the Fold 5. Will Nintendo Switch didn't go really good because it died down real quick, and I'm just saying. I think the Nintendo Switch Pro will do fairly well when it comes out. We're expecting it next year is what it sounds like it will be, but definitely yeah, let's see how it goes. But I think the Nintendo Switch Pro will do very well when it comes out, especially with the new DLSS technology. But I mean, you're talking about a chip in that thing that's over like 10 years old, I think, at this point. It needs an updated thing, and you could tell because the newer games really are not doing well in terms of being able to keep up with all of that. Who enjoyed the extra hour of sleep this morning? So it was an extra hour. I was trying to figure that out with my wife. I was like, do we lose it? Because it falls back. So does that mean we get an hour or lose an hour? So we got an hour of sleep. I will for sure enjoy that more so. But yeah, so hopefully I get enough sleep tonight after that extra hour that it kind of evens out. Um, we can move on. I heard all of it. No, no, we still hear what you were saying. Okay. No, it's fine. Did hear some of the hissing. Um, Tuned in late, but end was good. All right, cool. So everyone heard at least as much as possible. I do apologize for that, guys. I guess a setting that I checked earlier for some reason didn't go really well. So yeah. Um. All right. Yeah, I really wonder with daylight savings time. I keep hearing like every year I feel like I hear like, oh, it's going away, and it stays around. So I don't know. I think it would be great if we could stop it, but I don't know. We'll see. Um, what happened to the Samsung Duo? What is a good substitution for it? Samsung Duo. I'm trying to remember that Samsung Duo because the only thing I could think of is the wireless charger. Because Duo, I think of Google Duo. Whatever happened to Samsung Duo? I'm not sure I remember what Samsung Duo is. Let me know in the comments if I. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know. Samsung has had quite a few products called the Duo. They had smaller smartphones. They had flash drives that had Type C on one side, USB A on the other side. They've had wireless chargers. So I'm not sure which Duo you mean. Um, hey Ricky, does the 8 Pro always allows you to use two cameras at the same time or switch back and forth to them while recording? Just curious before I purchase one. Um, so it definitely doesn't allow you to use two cameras at the same time, like director's view, like the Galaxies do. So it does not allow you to do that. However, I have not really shot much video on here. So let's see if I shoot. Yeah, I can jump right to them even on 4K 60 frames. I can jump right to it. So that's really cool. So yeah, that is allowed on there. And because they do disable certain things on when you do 4K 60 frames, they do turn certain things off. So that is one thing that I am happy that they didn't do in this case. Yep. Okay. Um. So you can switch back and forth them recording, even no matter what the frame rate is or anything like that. Oh, Google Duo. I know it changed Google Meet. Yeah, essentially it would be Google Meet or what everyone kind of switched to during the pandemic, Zoom. Those are the two main ones I would say that most people would be okay with for cross-platforming. Hey, Ricky, remember Samsung's rectangular watch? Do you think it'll ever make a comeback? Thanks. No, no. I did. I mean, if you talk about the original Gear S, I thought that was so cool. That was the curved rectangular one. I thought that was really cool, but yeah, no, I don't think it'll ever make a comeback. Samsung's had too much success with circular, so I don't think it'll ever make a comeback with square. It may be like a one-off. They'll try it kind of thing, but yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. At least not in my opinion. I love my iPhone SE second generation. Nice, really cool. I thought about getting that for my niece at one point, actually, but then I thought like, for depending on how young kids are, like the SE might be like, oh, it's outdated, not cool, kind of thing. But yeah. Speaking of videos, Ricky's awesome where you make green awesome. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the latest video, it is actually pretty trippy. It is an AI powered garden. So legit, it's an AI system, like purely artificial intelligence figuring out through algorithms how to garden. and I just basically did what I was told, and it. I now have a huge garden of all these different plants and all this kind of stuff. So pretty cool. Definitely would check it out if you get a chance. And like it and watch it all the way through, or play it all the way through, even if you don't want to watch it all the way through, just so my watch time goes up. Then also Riki, a Final Fantasy character name. Which one was that one in? Um, I see. So it's actually also a Japanese singer. Was that what's her name? I thought you pronounced her name differently. Huh. All right. It might be from Final Fantasy X. I was wrong. All right. Did you like the pay per view? Yeah. I mean, I thought it was for the most part predictable, except for the Kairi Sane kind of surprise comeback. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, for sure, um, definitely liked for the most part. I'm very curious what's going to happen with Drew now and all these other things. Didn't get much Didn't get my hour of sleep. Twins was on the TV at midnight and haven't seen it in like 20 years, so must watch. Oh man, I haven't seen Twins in so long. That is a for sure old school movie. No, I'm just saying Riki sounds like FF name. Oh, got it. Did you play the new Spider-Man game, and did you see the new Echo trailer for Marvel? So I beat the new Mario game with my son. We basically played it almost every day after I came home from work. He'd be like, "Time to play Mario," and so yeah, we beat that game. In terms of Spider-Man, I have put less than probably 10 hours in it. Not far at all. I am, from what my friends have told me who have beat the game already, I am before Coney Island. So if you know where that is, that's what I'm before apparently. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, just have not played it much. Love the game from what I played, but I don't have free time. So yeah, just need to get these videos done, need to get these things done so we can keep moving this train along. Did watch the Echo trailer. Absolutely loved it. It's supposed to be the first Marvel TV show that you do not have to watch any of the MCU and you can jump into. So that's kind of cool for anyone who's like, I want to see one of the MCU shows, but I don't follow everything else. That's kind of cool thing. I need to catch up on Loki. That I'm like 4 weeks behind in. I only watched the first episode, so that one I really need to catch up on for sure. Um, but yeah, that's everything for there. In 3 weeks into my Galaxy 6 Classic 47 millimeter first smartwatch. This is amazing. I also use Facer app for tons of watches with great promo deal. Yeah, Facer is great, and the thing I love about it, it's been around for so long that like I've built up different watch faces with Facer. It's not the one I currently use right now. I forgot the one of that I currently am using, but yeah, I do like just all the different kind of watch faces you can really have with it. So it's always really cool that you can kind of customize it as you want. Nice. How did you enjoy Mario? Mario Wonder is an awesome game. Like if you have not played a Mario game since like the Super Nintendo days or the NES games, it is a 2D side scroller. So it's not 3D like, Mario 64 or Mario Odyssey. It is a throwback 2D, but it has like so many extra features that are really cool. So I'd really recommend it. All right, guys. Keep firing in your questions. I'll keep getting to them, but I just had to show you one of the products that I am so psyched about. So I told you I got two new products in the studio this week, and both of them are really exciting for me for two different reasons. So this one is going to allow me to legit make so much better B-roll for you guys. So I am super hyped about this. It has a 1-inch sensor in here, which is insane to have something this small with a 1-inch sensor and a gimbal So a gimbal is really important for having that, smooth panning B-roll, and this allows me to do that. So I'm gonna have so many things like this, but the way you turn this thing on is what's so cool about it. You do a flip like the LG Wing or like the old school LG smartphone, and it's just so cool. It's so cool in how it is, and yeah, I absolutely love it. And then you could rotate it and make it a selfie kind of, and it is 4K at 60 frames per second. It is really a wide shot, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to use this. And you kind of see just how good it is at staying level. And that's what a gimbal gives you. So I am really excited for this product. It's called the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And it really is cool. And you can film vertically too, or you can have it turn off when you put it to that. But yeah, I love that. Just and bam, it turns on. You can actually have it start recording when you do that too. So as soon as you flip it, it just starts recording like that. There is a really lot of cool things about this, but the quality on this has been very impressive. That I just, it's something so cool that like I love when I can get excited about tech, and this can bring me so much B-roll, and it can be used for so much good features around here that I absolutely cannot wait. Like I cannot wait for CES now more than anything else because this is going to be my main camera, and I just guys, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's just a simple little thing, but man, does it just work really well. So yeah, very hyped about that one. All right. Um Got my S9 Ultra. They gave me 500 for the S7 FE 5G. Nice. That's a really good trade-in for that one. Heck, I might have traded that one in. I have two of those. Each of my kids have one of those, actually. Yes, I spoiled them, but yeah. Not at the same time, by the way. One I got a while back, and then another one I got after it went on sale, too. YouTube Premium expensive. A lot of people, that's why a lot of people revise, and I realize YouTube doesn't like it. Um, yeah, no, I mean, YouTube Premium is expensive. I would say that if you have YouTube Premium, it is worth it to drop Spotify unless you really need it, because you do also get YouTube Music. And I would say YouTube Music is about 90% of Spotify in terms of for most people. It doesn't give you some exclusives, so like some exclusive podcasts and some exclusive albums that drop are still not going to be there. But other than that, it does give you a lot, and I think for that purpose, I would say that okay, if you take away Spotify or say Apple Music, YouTube Premium isn't that expensive with having YouTube Music as well. But if there are certain things you need Spotify for and you need Apple Music for, then yeah, YouTube Premium isn't worth it, I would say, on its own. But if you bundle it with YouTube Music and YouTube Premium itself, which you get both for the price, then I think it's worth it. But that's my opinion. I can't stand ads. Um, Got an OtterBox case for my SC second generation, and it feels very heavy. What makes in the case and phone heavy? I mean, it's heavy materials. It's legit heavy materials. I'm curious to see which one you got. Was it the Symmetry or what is the other names for them? The Symmetry, the Commuter, or the Defender. I think there's another lighter one now too. The Symmetry was the lightest one when I was still reviewing OtterBoxes, and I like those the best. But yeah, really cool for that. Yeah, OtterBox is known for strong cases, which might obviously make it heavier. Yeah, I mean, more materials will defend your product more, but it is going to, make it harder. And the thing is, for cases, everyone uses different materials, right? What is it like? I think it was Incipio that like touted they use the same thing that like football helmets use or something like that. I think that was it. I personally like Subcase is what some David said. I have liked a lot of different kinds of cases. On this one, I'm using this brand that's very popular on Amazon, but they just made like the perfect case for the 8 Pro. Toras. And basically, you have a built-in kickstand and a MagSafe connector, so it was just like perfect, everything I needed. For this one, I'm using Mouse, MOUS, and it has a built-in MagSafe connector. Really nice, good quality looking materials. Does get a little fingerprinty, but overall, did like the quality of the case. And then, yeah, for I took the case off, but for I like Incipio really because their grip on this case was so good. Like that grip right there is just awesome, and that was for the Fold 4. So yeah, like different kinds of cases. Spec, I like their clear case is probably the best, and then Rinky, they have a best clear protective case in my opinion. So yeah, it's the Defender. So the Defender is like the thickest case you can possibly get. And yeah, that's why it's so much heavy rubber in there that it's definitely weighted plus the plastic. So yeah, Defender, it's definitely the heaviest one. If you want a lighter one, maybe choose the Symmetry case. Still really good protection, still like 6 foot drop protection with the Symmetry. But yeah, that's what I might recommend if you want something lighter, or even the Commuter still lighter than the Defender. But the Defender, literally, you got the heaviest case there is. I think even Unicorn Beetle, which is also a very heavy case, is actually lighter than the Defender. Like the Defender's the heaviest one there is. All right. Unless you feel you need that. So yeah. All right, guys. I think we will start wrapping it up. But yeah, some cool videos on the way. We do have the Pixel Pen one. We do have Motorola talking about the processors on there. So that's another one. And then OnePlus Open and Pixel 8 Pro. I have one video recorded for the Pixel 8 Pro so far, and more coming. But I know I got to get them out to you. I'm gonna try to get it done quicker. I really need an editor. Oh man. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, we will have an episode the next few weeks. I don't see anything kind of stopping it over the next few weeks, so we should be good there. I will keep putting more content as I get more time, and that's the hardest part, is getting the time. But I'll try harder, because I now it's like, now I've recorded so many videos, now I just need to edit them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Make sure to hit the like, thumbs up before you leave. Thank you so much again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Also, follow us on social media at YouTube Tech Guy.